Respectable. We are participating in the TI India Analog System Design Contest 2012-2013. We are BTech third year EC students, School of Electronics Engineering at VIT University, Vellore. We implemented the Gauss meter for measuring and quantifying the amount of electromagnetic field in the VLF range, which if exceeds the safe limits become injurious to health. We are a team of 6 members, myself Suraj Pandey, Nanal Sangraj, Pooja Proshti, Pallavi, Shirley and Shefali, doing our project under Professor Bhupalan.
This is the Helmholtz coil, which is constructed using 3 orthogonal copper coils having a standard of SWG35. This acquires the electromagnetic fields due to which there is an induced voltage. Now, as you can see on the oscilloscope, this is the output from one of the coils out of the 3. The analog front end is connected to the microcontroller, which selects the range according to the intensity of the induced voltage. The axis with the maximum intensity is selected. This is the analog front end. There is a noise filter which is used to filter out the EMI caused mainly due to the 50 Hz frequency. Now the filter is mainly designed to, it's a high pass filter basically, and it is used to filter out the 50 Hz frequency. That means the cutoff frequency is around 60 or 70 Hz. So this helps in reducing the amount of spiking effect caused due to the mains, and it gives a smooth output to the next part of the circuit. Then we have the integrator, whose input comes from the noise filter, which converts the time-dependent signal to time-independent signal due to its frequency response. Now basically the frequency response of the integrator is something like it goes up until a certain limit and then drops down. This helps in making it time independent because the signal that we acquired from the coil is continuously varying with respect to time, and for further processing we have to remove the time independence of the signal. Now the output from the coil, since it depends on both magnitude and frequency, the integrator cancels out the frequency dependence of the input signal. The output from the integrator is fed to the bandpass filter. Now the bandpass filter comprises of a high-pass filter and a low-pass filter in cascade. Now both the high-pass filter and the low-pass filter, when they have a flat frequency response over the VLF range of frequency, constitutes the bandpass filter. Now this device is mainly used to quantify and measure the amount of radiation present in the VLF range or the very low frequency range. Now output from the bandpass filter goes to the gain amplifier. Now the gain amplifier has a property of variable gain. So what happens is, when the output goes to the variable gain amplifier, depending on the range of signals that is inputted from the microcontroller, the gain amplifier is supposed to automatically switch between the two gains 5 and 50. So when the amount of field that is acquired by the coil is very less, the gain amplifier chooses a higher gain, and when the field is very less, the gain amplifier chooses lesser gain. The output of the variable gain amplifier goes to the comparator as well as the AC to DC converter. Now our module has one of the features as a frequency indicator. The comparator can be used to generate the required digital pulses for the frequency counter in the microcontroller. So what happens is, the comparator compares two signals, one from the analog front part and the other is a threshold noise voltage. So depending on whichever is higher, the output switches between positive and negative VSAT. To interface with the digital system, ripple-free DC input signal is needed. The output goes to the analog to digital converter, from where the display unit is connected through the microcontroller. The AC to DC converter converts the analog signal to RMS DC output. So now this goes to the microcontroller, which converts the inputted signal to digital data. Output in the RMS output is given to the microcontroller. Now the 12-bit ADC converts the RMS output to digital data and it is displayed on the LCD. The ADC reference voltage is set to 2.5 volts, a sampling time of 256 milliseconds, and the calculated data is stored in the memory 0 register. Now the calculated value, as you can see, is displayed on the watch window. The counter counts the number of pulses that is got from the comparator. The timer A of the microcontroller is used in capture and compare mode and is refreshed every 1000 milliseconds. Basically, an interrupt is generated every 1000 milliseconds and it goes to the interrupt service routine where the time difference between two consecutive low to high transition is measured. The captured value is shown on the LCD as you can see now. We'd like to thank TI for organizing this analog system design competition. It has been a rich learning experience here, and I mean we've learned so much with the ASLKV kits, the MSP430 microcontrollers, and a variety of softwares like TINA, IAR, Workbench, etc. I mean we've gained a lot of knowledge by doing this project here. We'd also like to thank Mr. Sagar Juneja and Mr. Ravi Kumar for helping us with the timely updates regarding the deadlines and submissions. Otherwise, it would have been really, I mean, even the webinars were of great help. The webinars regarding the Phase 1A and the report and the YouTube video, everything, I mean, the rules actually helped us to make the project a success. I'd like to thank VIT University for providing us with all the resources, especially the lab in charges and the lab assistants for providing us with whatever resources we needed. We also thank our faculty mentor who has been of great help whenever we had doubts for solving and all that. I'd like to also thank my teammates. We've had wonderful cooperation among them. Thank you.